Greetings, I'm Barrett, and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. We are going to start a brand new playthrough series, and normally I have a board all ready to go, or else I'm looking right at the camera and I'm telling you all about this cool game. But I am actually pretty excited about this one, and the game we're going to be doing is Discover Lands Unknown. Now, I haven't even unboxed this game yet, so I thought I'd do a quick unboxing video, and then I'm going to set this game up. Now, this is a really unique game. It's so unique that I actually almost missed it coming out. I went to go pick up my copy of 3rd edition Arkham Horror, and this game was there too. I totally forgot this was coming out. This is made by Fantasy Flight Games. Now, the cool thing about this game, it's a game of exploration and survival, so it kind of reminds me of the 7th Continent. And if you haven't seen my playthrough of the 7th Continent, please check it out. It's on my channel. I had such a blast making that playthrough, and I really love 7th Continent. It's one of my favorite games. This game has a similar feel to it, and the interesting thing that I like about this game is no two games are technically the same. As you can see right here, it'll say play as 12 different characters of a possible 36. So each game, oops, I bumped my camera, sorry. Each game comes with its own set of characters. And there's also 6 different types of terrain, but each game only comes with 2. So there's a lot of differences between each game. From what I gathered though, the actual core of the game stays the same depending on which one you purchase. But the little intricacies of the game are going to be different based on which one you buy. And if you do happen to own more than 2, it does recommend not to mix these games up because each game is kind of built to be its own game. And if you mix them all up, it might kind of wreck how the game functions and maybe the difficulty of it, but I'm not exactly sure exactly how it works. So I'm really excited for this. This is going to be great. But before we get to the unboxing, I do want to say that One Stop Co-op Cast has started a playthrough of this. So I'm going to link that playthrough in the comments below. So if you want to check out the differences between our 2 games, you can go check out their playthrough as well as mine. If you're interested in what is in that box, and if you want to discover lands unknown, then I need you to meet me at the table. All right, I got the shrink wrap off, and we're going to see what's in the box. Now, sadly, this is the second time I've opened this box. I started doing all this unboxing parts, and sadly, I forgot to turn my camera on. So we're just going to go ahead and start again. So here's our cover, and like it says here, every game is unique. And it starts with our rule book on the top. We also get to see our 2 different types of terrain. So mine came with the valley terrain for scenarios 1 and 2, and it came with the bayou terrain for scenarios 3 and 4. Here's all our cardboard component. We have our character dials, which are going to track our life and our stamina, and we'll see how those work during our playthrough. Here's the bayou type tiles, and they're going to just go right here. There's also some of our tokens and things as we play. We're going to be uncovering these. And here is the other lands that we've got. The valley terrain. We've got these. Here's some more tokens and some more animals and resources that we're going to find along our adventure. And then here's the thing, like I said, I sadly started opening this stuff and then realized my camera wasn't on. So these are our characters that came with my game. And we got a total of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 were in one bag. So if you want to compare my game to your game, these are the 6 that I got in one of my boxes. Now in the other bag, I got these 6 cards. So if you want to go ahead and look, there you go. Those are the 6 I got. I don't know which ones you got, or even if you got the game. And if you're thinking about it, I don't know. I think this game is going to be pretty awesome. But again, I'm a huge fan of the 7th Continent, and a huge fan of adventure games in general. All right, we're going to continue with it. We've got a lot of these smaller cards. Now, a lot of these smaller cards are going to have things like reference cards. What are these? These are going to be our combat support cards, which you would use if you did a multiplayer game, but we're not going to really have a multiplayer game. Then we've got these item crafted cards, and they're all in numerical order, and you're going to keep them in numerical order. Numerical? Is that the right word? Numerical. Numerical. I'm making up words now. Okay, in order of their numbers. So we're going to keep those in order of their numbers. We don't want to really mess those up. Now we also have some other cards here. These are going to be our project cards. So we're going to keep those separate for now. And what else do we got? We've got some of these cards. Oh, these are the awesome ones. These are going to be like enemy cards and maybe some exploration cards in here. Let's see what we got. So it looks like these are going to be, okay, I got some enemy cards in here. There's also some, looks like some exploration cards as well. And these are all numbered. So we are going to leave these in the order of the numbers. Now these I think are like our night cards. I think we get 4 of these night cards. Are these the night cards? They seem kind of small to be our night cards, but those might be our night cards. We got some more exploration cards. And again, we're going to leave them right in the same number. Now, here's an example. Every game's a little bit different. I wonder, I might not have cards 6 through 19 in my game, but you might in yours. Who knows? It's all really new and it's all really exciting. So we got, again, more cards. And looks like these might cover the same numbers as the last ones. We'll see how this goes. Let's see, I see another 87. So again, we got those. We got exploration cards, more blue cards, some more numbers that go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I hope they didn't screw up and give me, I'm sure it did not a screw up. I'm sure that's meant to be like that. And we'll see how it goes in the video. All right, let's see what else we got. It looks like more exploration cards here from 100 on. More enemies. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, we got more of these night cards again. Are these really the night cards? Oh no, these are threat cards. I was wondering about that. I thought the night cards were supposed to be bigger. These are the night cards. Right here are our night cards. These are threat cards. All right, and we've got some more exploration cards. Put those right there. We're going to continue on. I bet these again are going to be more exploration cards and enemy cards and awesome cards. Let's see what we got. More on enemies, some more threat, exploration. Yep, I'm going to eventually get all those so they're all in the same number order so that when we need to reach for them, we'll be able to have a chance at finding them. All right, so we got more of those. These are really the same type of things. Yep, more of the same. And these are going to be our night events. And then, oh, what are these? I totally forgot what these are. Oh, these are our quest cards. This is how we're going to go through our game. You're going to, I think you're going to start with the first one, and you have to complete different objectives in order to gain the next card and see, and that's how you get through this. And I believe there's 4 scenarios in this game. There is a 5th one. I lied. There's a 5th one. It's a competitive version. But there's 4 original ones. So that's why you have 2 different types of terrain. And then basically, as you're playing through it, you're hopefully going to try to get through all 4 scenarios and survive and get out of this place because you're stuck here. You don't really know what to do. Now, the other things we have are a few meeples, a couple dice, and we have our little hooky thingos. I don't even know what these are called. Connector bobbers for the dials. This is a very Fantasy Flight-ish type material. It's used, if you play X-Wing, you're going to pretty much know what those are. All right, that's all the stuff in the box. We're going to go ahead and start setting up the game. So I'm going to gather up all these components, create our dials for our characters, and start getting the game set up. All right, now let's go ahead and set up our game. We're going to go ahead and grab our Discovery Lands Unknown Valley Terrain reference sheet, which is going to cover scenarios 1, 2, and 5. And we're going to open this little 2-page booklet up, and it's going to tell us everything we need to grab from our box. So I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. All right, so it shows us that we need exploration cards 1 through 60. Well, I've got my big stack. I've put everything in number order here. So we're going to grab cards 1 through 60, and we're going to go ahead and set those aside. These we're going to put back in our box. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab our enemy cards, and we're going to grab enemy cards 61 through 88. So we're going to go through here, and we got 61 through 87. So there's not an 88, but that's okay. Every game's a little bit different. So we're going to put these back in the box, and we're going to go ahead and put those off to the side. They're ready to go. Next, it says we need to take crafted item cards 89 through 99. So I've got these right here, and there's a lot of them, but 88 through 99... 89 through 99, we've got them all right here. We're going to put them to the side. Next, it tells us to take the Project Blue cards. So here's the project cards that are blue. They've got this like blue outline on them. So we're going to take all of these and put these to the side. And we're going to take the red ones that came with the game, and we're going to put them back in the box. Now, it does say that I have to remove exploration cards. It says include only 1 copy of each of the following cards in the exploration deck. If you have duplicates of these cards, randomly choose one to keep in the deck and return the others to the game box without revealing them. So we are going to go ahead and again grab our cards, and we've got, let's see how many threes. We've got 2 threes. So we're going to go ahead and take one. We'll take that one. We're going to put this one back in the box. Next, we have to look for 5. And again, we've got 2 5s. So we're going to go ahead and we'll keep this one, and we'll put that one back in the box. And last but not least, we need to go to 51. Oh, wow. Look, we got 4 51s. All right, we're going to go ahead and let's go keep that one. We're going to put these 3 back in the box. And now we've gone ahead and removed the exploration cards that it tells us to do. Now it also says, since the contents of each game are unique, your exploration enemy decks will not have cards of every number shown above and will have duplicates of some numbers. And for the Valley, it does tell us to take our blue threat deck, and we're going to go ahead and take that and shuffle it up. We are going to return our orange one to the box. It says to take 4 exit tokens. I have these right here. And we also have our 48 Valley tokens, and they're all set aside. I do have them. They're all right here. And there is exactly the number they say there. Now it says we need 17 Valley map tiles. They're all right here. Also, it says we need a Valley 1 camp token. So I've got that. And it says we need 8 of these Valley monster tokens and 3 water source tokens. So I've got our monster tokens and our water tokens. So we've got everything we need. Now we're going to go ahead and set our board up just like they have it here. Now we're going to take our first tile, which is this one. The reason I know it is because it's dual-sided and it doesn't have a number around it. And we're going to go ahead and put that in the middle of the board. I'm then going to place our campfire token right there in the middle. Then I'm going to take the rest of our tiles and create our game board. All right, I've got our board laid out. We put our tile right in the middle and we surround it with all the rest of them. I'm going to do a quick handheld mode so that you can see everything that's going on. So right now we've got our 4s down here, 3s, 2s, a couple 1s there, and again it goes 2, 3, and 4 all the way up to the top. And then we have our compass token up there. Now all these have been randomly chosen to be placed where they are. I haven't looked at anything, don't know where anything is, which is how you're supposed to do it. Now also off to the side here, these are all our resource tokens. These are going to be tokens we're going to gather through the game, and we've also got 3 of our card stacks here. Now on the other side, we've got our other 2 sets of cards, but these are all randomized tokens. So I've shook these all around, made them completely random, but as we're playing the game, I'm just going to be grabbing the top ones from here and placing them onto the board. Now I guarantee you, sometime during this playthrough, I'm destined to knock over at least one of these piles of tokens. I don't know which one it's going to be. We'll find out in the playthrough. All right, so the only thing left to do is go through the special setup rules, and then we have to decide what characters we're going to play. The color of their character is either going to be blue or green. Why blue or green? That's a great question. Those are my 2 kids' favorite colors, and as a parent, you can never choose favorites, so I'm going to roll a die and decide who we're going to use. Blue is going to be the gray die, and red is going to be the green die. Or green guy. So our blue guy wins out over our green guy. So we're going to be blue. We're going to take our little handy dandy character dially thingo here, which you're going to learn about during our playthrough. This is basically going to tell you everything you need to know about your character. It's got its 3 sets of health, and it also tells you how much stamina you have each turn. The highest you can have is 12, the lowest you can have is 0. And I'll go over how that works while we play our game. Also, as you take different types of damage, you're going to turn this to what those are. If at any point you have 3 types of damages of any kind and get hit again, you're dead. So for example, let's say I got hit with combat damage. I'm also starving and I'm thirsty. And say we ran into, I don't know, a giant 2-headed giant. A giant 2-headed giant. And he again hits us for combat damage. That would be the end of the game because we don't have any more hearts and we took 1 more damage. So that's how this dial works. We're going to place our little meeple right here on our campfire. Now to complete our setup, we need to take our night cards. We've got red and blue night cards, and you actually use both decks, but you're going to put the blue ones on top of the red ones after you shuffle them, because I believe the red ones are going to be harder than the blue ones, but I'm not exactly sure. Again, haven't played the game, so this will be really fun. So I've gone ahead and made our night deck. We're just going to put it right down here. I know it's a little off camera, but when we actually do the playthrough, I'll be zooming in a little bit more on different parts. The last thing we have is our special setup rules. It says the exit icons on the map setup diagram have no effect during setup. During the game, cards may instruct survivors to place escape tokens face down on these spaces. Do not place exit tokens on the map until instructed by a card. If a survivor is instructed to place an escape token in a space, but the map tile is not revealed, the player places the token face down on the back of the map tile. When the map tile is revealed, the token is moved to the proper space. Let's go through a little bit of our backstory for this game. Even though there's not a lot, there's a little bit. It says birdsong wakes you, and at first you stretch and yawn, almost comfortable. The soft moss beneath you makes a fine bed, but as you straighten up, a cool breeze brushes past you, with the promise of colder weather to come. Where are you? Snow-clad peaks surround you on every side, bright and sharp in the morning sun. You stand at the bottom of a bowl-shaped valley, rolling green grass and clumps of hardy pine and spruce trees everywhere. It's beautiful, but cold. And aside from a few buildings so old the trees grow right through them, you don't see any obvious signs of shelter. How did you get here? You search your memory and find nothing. You could be 12 miles from the nearest city or 1,000. You have no idea. There's certainly no way out climbing these forbidding cliffs. A single snowflake blows past on the breeze. Wherever you are, you will certainly not survive a winter here. Now we have chosen to do scenario 1. So we're going to take the cards that go for scenario 1. And we're just going to quickly read through the intro text and a little bit about this scenario. April 1985, you think. The creature emits a howling wail as it grabs your face. Your survival instincts kick in and you fight back, knocking the creature into your campfire. It lights a flame, then runs off howling like a wounded dog. Your camp is in ruins, and you have trouble recalling what you were doing here in the first place. You must search the area for clues. Now it says, after a survivor investigates a landmark, place 1 counter on that space. When I believe that survivors' spaces have counters on them, advance to stage 2. My guess is we're going to see these somewhere on our map, but I don't know exactly where, or when, or how, or what. We will see what happens during the playthrough. All right, the last thing we need to do is pick a survivor. So I'm going to shuffle these up and we're going to draw 4 of them. And I'm going to need your help to figure out who is going to try to make it out of this valley. All right, we've got our 4 survivors. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see who they are. We have Alex the Shadow. That's kind of funny. We've got Loretta James. Biff O'Bannon. Oh, how many Leaf jokes can I make with that guy? And Harmony Morello. All right, so we have to figure out which ones we're going to use. I'm going to look at these each individually, and that way we can get a better sense of what we think is the best. First, we have Harmony Morello. She is an heiress. It has a nice little flavor text that says, "It's hardly the Ritz, but it will do." She has a power that allows her to use 1 stamina to move 4 spaces toward the nearest lit fire, then end your turn. Now, normally with each stamina point, you're allowed to move 1 space. Or depending on the terrain, you may have to use more stamina to go onto different terrain types. Her power, as saying, allows us to go 4 spaces towards fire, but it's going to end our turn. So if we needed to fire, that's the way to go. All right, let's look at our second character. We've got Make Like a Tree and Leave Biff. He's a lumberjack. It's awesome. He's a lumberjack, and I get to make that joke every time. All right, and it says, "I like the quiet." He's allowed to use 1 stamina if in a space with a wood icon, gain 1 wood, limit once per day. So if we're ever in a square with one of these icons, you're going to normally flip over the token and see what's there. He also has the ability to just gain wood once per day. And just so I don't offend anybody with the name Biff, the reference I'm making is from Back to the Future. There's a character named Biff, and just check it out.
Now why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
It's leave, you idiot. Make like a tree and leave. You sound like a damn fool when you say it wrong.
All right then.
Okay, let's look at our next person. We have Loretta James. She's a postal worker. And it says, neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night gonna slow me. Don't ask about dogs. Oh, that's kind of funny. All right. It says here, she has a power that says you may perform trade actions with other survivors within 2 spaces without spending stamina. Other survivors within 2 spaces may perform trade actions with you without spending stamina. Oh, that was a mouthful. This character we're not going to be using. We're not going to be doing trade activities between ourselves. So sorry, Loretta, the postal worker is not going to be in our game. Next, we have Alex the Shadow. He's an agent. And it says, just because you can't see me doesn't mean I'm not watching. And it says, during your turn, apply +1 to your combat rolls and -3 to the enemy combat rolls. Oh, that might be a pretty good power to have. I don't know how much combat happens in this game. I haven't played it yet, so I don't know. But basically, our 3 characters we have to choose from, since I've already vetoed one of them, is either Alex the Shadow, Biff O'Bannon, and Harmony Morello. And with that, that is our setup and unboxing video for Discover Lands Unknown. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe, hit the little bell symbol, and you'll know when the next video comes for Discover Lands Unknown. Please leave anything in the comments below. Is there something that I didn't explain very well in the setup video? Was there something I missed? Please let me know. Also, please put in the comment which one of our characters you think would be best to go on this survival mission through the lands unknown. We either got Alex the Shadow, Biff O'Bannon, I'm going to laugh every time I see him, and Harmony Morello. Again, thank you so much for watching. Will one of our great adventurers make it out of the valley? To find out, I need you to meet me at the table.